Hey there, I'm Steve, and welcome to Jamsin Entertainment. And welcome to the conversation. Just before we get started, there are many ways you can help. You can like and subscribe so you never miss a conversation. But most importantly, please share this video. Get the word out there's a community we can talk about all things that we love. I recently just saw A Man Called Otto, starring Tom Hanks and Mariana Trevino. This movie is How the Grinch Stole Christmas, A Christmas Carol, and It's a Wonderful Life, separate from the holiday connection. Although this movie does take place largely in winter, but not around any holiday. Tom Hanks plays a man called Otto. It opens up with him at a hardware store buying a length of rope. I knew immediately where this was going to go simply because he was buying rope and watching the trailer. The trailer doesn't give it away, but in the first minute, you know, or at least I figured he was going to use that rope to hang himself. This is the other part of the movie that separates it from the three holiday movies that I mentioned. Not only is Otto a old curmudgeon, but he is suicidal because he lost his wife 6 months earlier and he doesn't see the purpose in life anymore. So it takes the ideas that I mentioned earlier, makes it even more adult, and makes this movie very sad. I know it's been advertised as a comedy, and there are really some funny parts in here, but this movie had me crying. And it's not hammered into your head the message of life is worth living and helping others can bring joy to your life. He tries a few different ways, and each time he gets interrupted to help out his new neighbor Marisol and her husband Tommy, played by Manuel Garcia Rufo. They're just moving in. Tommy's trying to back up their SUV that has a U-Haul attached to it, and he's doing a horrible job of parallel parking. Otto notices this while he has a noose around his neck. I have a dark sense of humor. That's why this movie also has a dark sense of humor. It's one of the many reasons why I like this movie. So he sees them and he puts what he's doing on hold to go and help them out. This movie had me crying not because it's an older man who wants to end his life. I mean, that is part of it. But it's the flashback scenes in this movie that really makes you feel for him. And the acting in this is top notch. The visual storytelling in this is top notch. There's very little exposition. If they're going to give you backstory on anything, they're just going to show you. Yeah, there'll be dialogue in there, but it's not going to be exposition dialogue. It's going to appear natural. And watching his life as a young adult to old man, him meeting his future wife, them getting married, having a life together, and the hardships they go through, it's just so powerful how they tell this story. I'm getting a little choked up just thinking about it again. And it's just so powerful how Marisol sees Otto for who he really is. Sees the good he does despite being an old curmudgeon. And it's just really touching the relationship that Marisol and Otto form, even though he's kind of reluctant towards it. I knew going into this movie based on the trailer that it was going to be like How the Grinch Stole Christmas, A Christmas Carol, but I also went in just open to what this movie wanted to show me and tell me. I didn't go in thinking, oh, I've seen this before. No. And plus, it's Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks, lately, he can be hit or miss. But I went into this movie open, and I'm very glad I did, because I really enjoyed myself. And I know you will too. Go out, watch it in theaters, and when it comes out on 4K, I definitely recommend you get this on 4K. Those are my thoughts on A Man Called Otto. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and live your imagination.